So at Carolina in week one, we've heard a lot about that. The Baker Mayfield revenge game. Carolina is now favored in that game. I think under 3 each way. Carolina's small favorite's fine. About a 50% win probability game in week one. With the market info we have available, Cleveland hosts the Jets and probably, you would argue, their most winnable game of the season, probably in week two. They'll probably be something around 4.5 to 5.5. My number's like 5.5. Market's less. But that gives you an idea. Heavy win probability game for Cleveland in the game. I think the week three game where they host Pittsburgh is probably close to a pick. It's at least under 3 each way as of right now. Until we learn more about the teams, then Cleveland would probably be about a field goal favorite at Atlanta in week four. So another game, again, like if you're just adding up the win probabilities here or, simulating, you're through 4 and you don't have a disadvantageous situation in the bunch. It's quite possible Cleveland will be favored at all 4. Depending on how Brissett looks, they could be favored in week 3 at home against Pittsburgh. That would be the shakiest one, probably. And week 1, I guess, depending on what happens to, would be the other shaky one. But those are close to 50% win probability, and you have 2 games where they're also favored. Okay, so I mean, I think I said, you're looking at, maybe 3-1, 2.5 games out of the 4 if you're kind of just trying to ballpark a win total. Makes a bunch of sense. And then 2 very tough games in week 5 and 6. Chargers and Patriots both going to Cleveland. More than a field goal for both teams favored by for sure. How much will kind of depend on how that it happens at that point. The 3.5 wouldn't surprise me in some of those games. More would also not surprise me. The Chargers come out of the gate looking really good. They blow out the Raiders in week 1. They're kind of a team everyone wants to bet on anyway. Could that be 6 or like 5.5 or something? Yes, absolutely. Especially if Brissett hasn't been very good. Same with the Patriots if they get off to a great start. 2 potential kind of juggernauts basically going to Cleveland in week 5 and 6. So if you're kind of trying to figure out like what does that all mean for either a win total, what is their likely record through 6 games? I think what you're basically looking at is, 2 games, which I would basically still call coin flips, weeks 1 and 3, 2 games in which, Cleveland is at least probably a 60% win probability or greater. That's weeks 2 and 4. And then 2 games where they're probably like a 35%. So, I mean, you figure it all out. I think I said 3.5 out of 6. It's really like 3.25 or like more than 3 by a little bit, something like that.